What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, this video request is from my dog Kid Carr. He's my first Patreon subscriber, so I gotta do his request without question. So my dog wanted me to talk about Lil Reese. Lil Reese, a prominent figure in the drill movement, the drill rap movement. Reese he's been what, sentenced to 5 years in jail for a domestic violence charge, right? Now, Reese has faced domestic violence charges before. We've seen him on camera when he was like 18 years old, punching a girl like crazy, all type of stuff after they got into a whole little back and forth argument and everything. And so he got into a domestic dispute allegedly with his girlfriend, and now he's sentenced to be serving 5 years, right? And it's crazy because you're hearing people saying I'm hearing people say Reese really didn't touch her this time and all of that. But again, your reputation precedes you. I'm sorry. Your reputation precedes you. So when they see you on camera hitting a girl like that, people gonna always say you did it when they hit these domestic violence charges, especially when you keep having situations, with women that you're dating and you keep getting into domestic disputes. So here's the thing about this, men and these domestic violence charges. So one, you got to keep your hands to yourself. All right. And my mama used to always say this to me. I'm at my mama crib, so she can vouch for this. If you ever with a woman and you ever even the thought crosses your mind that you thinking about hitting her, you need to get out of that situation immediately. If the thought crosses your mind, hey, I'm thinking about putting hands on her, you need to get out of that situation ASAP. Because you're going to go to jail, right? You shouldn't be putting your hands. I don't believe nobody should be putting hands on nobody. Yes, men should not be hitting women, but also a woman shouldn't be hitting a man either, right? I think it goes both ways, because I've seen women be I've seen domestic violence coming from a woman, dishing it out to her dude, right? The problem is a lot of these dudes like Lil Reese, they grow up in the hood culture that they grow up in. Domestic violence is a norm for a lot of these dudes where they come from. These dudes have seen, I'm not talking about Reese in particular, but a lot of these men have seen they fathers, they uncles, they cousins, they brothers beat on their girlfriends. So to them, it's not a big deal that they beating on a woman. They don't have what's the big deal? Dudes do this all the time where I come from. You remember that song Kevin Gates said something like, I thought it was legal for you to beat your hoe. Yo ho. Like crazy shit. Like that's really how dudes think. Some men think. You know what I mean? And I think Reese probably was one of them dudes who think like that. Yo, this my girlfriend. If I'm into it with her, I could do whatever I want to do. You hear Charleston White silly ass talking about some, man, if she my woman, I should be able to whoop her. From time to time, I can whoop my child, and you got dudes in there. Yeah, you know what? Charleston White, right. He right. You should be able to go upside your girl head if she being negligent, if she not listening to you. All right? Be sitting your ass in jail right where Reese at. You feel me? And Reese facing 5 years. So, as a man, you got to know. A woman get the berating you, going crazy, snapping, acting belligerent, you have to go. Remove yourself from that situation. Because you're going to go to jail. You know what I mean? You put hands on her, you going to jail, dog. You shouldn't be putting your hands on her first place. Like I said, she shouldn't be putting her hands on you either. So I get it, if a man defending himself and all of that. Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. But again, you shouldn't, because you don't like what a girl's saying. You don't like how she talking. You don't just get the right to put hands on a woman because you don't like her talking back to you or talking crazy to you. Well, who are you? You not God. You not nobody. You not that woman's father. You not, her grandfather, nothing. Who are you to be putting hands on her? So you don't like how she talking, how she interacting with you, how she treating you. You need to go on somewhere. You feel me? So you can have a peace of mind yourself, and you ain't got to worry about doing something that'll land you behind bars and have you out here looking labeled, have you out here labeled as a woman beater. But Reese keep having situations like this. Lil Reese keep having situations like this with women, with young women. And and these situations add up, and the judge gonna be like, yo, you got a history of this. You got a history of getting into it with women and not being able to keep your hands to yourself. You're going to have to sit for a while. And this is the consequences of that, man. So young men, keep your hands to yourself. Young women, keep your hands to yourself. You in a relationship where you feel like either one of y'all feel like you want to hit each other, it's time to end a relationship. because it's bound to be volatile, and I'm a person who I'm not going to risk my freedom, my livelihood for anybody. I'm just not. You know what I mean? Unless it's my children, my family, and I'm defending them, cool, one thing. But to be in a domestic dispute with my woman and putting hands on her because I don't like how she talking, or she doing something I don't like, or let's just say allegedly she cheating and all that, man, you better let that go. Walk away, let that go, and go on find you another woman. You know what I mean? It ain't hard to find you another woman in this lifetime. Yeah, I know you might like that woman you got, but if she out here and y'all clashing like that and you want to put hands on her, first you need some counseling yourself. Let me just say that. A lot of a lot of dudes in the hood need counseling themselves. They need to be deprogrammed from a lot of the BS that they grew up watching. They grew up watching nothing but toxicity. They grew up watching, again, toxic relationships over and over again, and they start to think that is the norm. They think that's okay. So they have to be deprogrammed from the stuff that they got brainwashed to believe was normal. You know what I mean? And some of these dudes need to go to counseling. They saw their mama get beat on, and now they want to beat on other women. It's a never-ending cycle. So brothers got to get themselves together, get their life together, get their mind right, and understand what they, listen, you got to understand what your purpose in this earth is for, what your purpose in this world is, and you live for that purpose. Reese got a daughter. He got 2 children? I know he got at least one. Your daughter don't need to be, she don't need you in jail while she growing up and you missing key moments of her life. It's just like, come on, that's not okay. So he got to figure out what he need to be doing, what he doing wrong. If he did put hands on this girl, like they saying he did, he need to get his life in order, need to go to some counseling, get some healing, learn how to keep his hands to himself, and understand what he doing is wrong, and understand he wouldn't want nobody beating on his daughter like that. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I remember Reese talking about when he was in the mosque and he got approached by that girl that he put hands on. Her father approached him at the mosque. I think it was her father approached him at the mosque. Like, that was my daughter. He went to the mosque. That's where, where the people of Islamic faith, the Muslims, go, and they worship, or they pray. That's where they worship, the mosque. That's where they pray and where they worship and all of that. And Reese was there. The Nation of Islam is strong here in Chicago. And I think he went there and ran into that young lady that he was punching on when he was 18, ran into her father. You feel me? So, again, he got to think about what if somebody was doing that to his daughter and get his life in order. Because I've seen growing up, you in the hood, you see dudes who they whole life, they've just seen domestic violence, and the dudes in the hood, they beat all on their girlfriends. They thought that stuff was cool, and they carry that with them. And listen, the police ain't playing, boy. They will lock you up, and the girl gonna call the police on you, as she should if you beating on her. You know what I mean? So you got to get your mind right. I made a video like this similar for Tank Davis, because Tank always finding himself in domestic disputes with women. What you got going on? I don't know what you got going on, brother, but you need to get your life right. You need to get your life right before your millions and your money be gone. You be in jail somewhere, and you missed out on years of your career because you keep on putting hands on a girl, or you keep finding yourself in situations where you're getting accused of putting hands on a woman. And if you're not putting hands on a woman and a woman is steadily accusing you, women steadily accusing you, you messing with the wrong women. If you're not putting hands on them. And if you putting hands on them, something wrong with you. You need to be in counseling immediately, and you need to get some therapy, because something in your spirit ain't right for you to keep on trying to well on women when stuff don't go your way. And a lot of brothers be like that. Stuff don't go their way. The woman ain't doing what she want him to do, and he can't handle it, and now he want to beat on her. And then let's just say the woman got a brother. The brother find out end up beating on you, or end up popping you. And then what? Now it's a sob story, and everybody's so distraught because all of this really could have been avoided. But you want to, beat on the girl and think that's okay. This is not 1940s and 1950s. It wasn't okay then, but people was getting away with it then. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't getting away with that no more, and you shouldn't be getting away with it. So you need to get your mind right and spiritually grow and heal. And unfortunately, a lot of brothers spiritually grow and heal when they locked up, when they forced to sit down, and they have to think about the consequences of the actions, when they can't They not on drugs, they not smoking, they not drinking, they not, sipping lean, they not around certain people no more. You know what I mean? They don't have certain luxuries. They start thinking about, man, I should be doing stuff completely different than what I'm doing. They start thinking, man, you know what? I was living wrong. I gotta surround myself with better people. I gotta make better decisions because they sitting down and ain't nothing to do in there but to sit down and think. Unless you're gonna lift weights and all of that. And I seen pictures of Reese in jail, Lil Reese, and Lil Reese looked like he gaining weight because he he got Crohn's disease from what I know, and he was small for a while, and getting healthy, getting his health right, but you got to get right here and spiritually get right, and so that you can remove yourself from a lot of the BS. But I saw that, I say, man, 5 years. Man, that's 5 years. Wow, man. I ran through college in 4 years. About a fifth year, I was in grad school. So, yeah, man, brothers got to make better decisions. And if you got a woman that's accusing you of domestic violence and you're not doing it, you need to have better discernment. And if you're doing it, again, you need help, cause you can't make no woman do what you want her to do and think beating on her gonna solve the problem. Nah, man, ain't nothing. You can't make a woman do what you want her to do in no way, shape, form, or fashion. She gonna do what she wanna do. So if she doing something you don't like, beating her is not the answer. Beating her is never the answer for nothing. You just gotta leave. Leave. That woman ain't respecting you. You don't like how she moving. You gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, nah. But like I said, my mama always told me, now you with a woman, and that even crosses your mind, you gotta go. Because I wasn't raised to hit no women. I wasn't. My father didn't raise me like that. My mother didn't raise me like that. My uncles didn't raise me like that. My auntie, my grandma, my grandfather. So I would never do nothing like that. I just got to go. And he got to understand when it's time for him to go remove himself from these situations, because he keep on finding himself in these situations and all of that. And that's not a good look. You trying to get label deals, you can't get no type of deals when they keep seeing you got a history of domestic violence. Ain't nobody gonna want to rock with you. Nobody gonna really want to make money with you on a big scale to get endorsements, all of that, because they're like, yo, you keep putting your hands on women and it's gonna come back to bite them in the process. So he got to get his mind right and his life straight for his daughter, his family, to get back out here doing shows, making his money, get back rapping and all of that. But he gonna learn now because he's sitting.